we've got Stan coming in, and he says, Mr. Chapman, foreclosures are being reported going up 30% in the month of February. They were up 42% in the month of January. All of this shows more and more signs of economic problems. However, the market's going up. Is the market going up being propped up by lies and innuendos?
Well, yes, I cited one of those lies this morning and the fraud being committed by Citigroup. But you have the head of J.P. Morgan Chase coming out and saying that if everybody does what they're supposed to do, this will all be over by the end of the year. This is the same guy, Jamie Dimon, who told us just over a year ago that it would be over by last June. So all it is propaganda and lies. Now, we just saw the market rally from 6,600 to 7,100, about 400 or so points. It'll probably rally another 100 points, but that'll be it. It'll go back down again. It's not going anywhere. The earnings aren't there. The world is in horrible financial shape, but markets don't go straight down, and they get helped by manipulation, and the manipulation is being supplied by major banks, brokerage houses, and our government. I mean, even the president come out, and he doesn't know anything about investing or business or anything to do with it, and he says, oh, it's a good time to buy. Well, you know, what would he know about anything? I mean, all the guy is a street hustler. I mean, that's really what this guy is. I mean, how he got a law degree, I don't know. They must have nailed it on his back or something.
Somewhere around there. By the way, I failed to give out the call-in number. If anybody wants to call in and ask Mr. Chapman a question, please do. Area code 347-308-8047. Again, that's area code 347-308-8047. Keep your questions short, to the point. Don't want to ask two or three. Just ask one. We've got 4 open lines for you. That is a toll call, so I apologize. We haven't got the funds for an 800 service, but at least we have phone bridge for you. Now, Mr. Chapman, I got one here from Jeff in Memphis, Tennessee. That is. He says that he just learned that the gold company that he has stock in that mines gold in Nevada has advised him to get in touch with his congressman because of a H.R. 699 that's going before Congress, which will end all mining in the United States. What is Mr. Chapman's perception of this bill?
Well, he's absolutely right. And if they do that, 2 things will happen. Those who have properties in the United States, which includes many companies, some of which are taking gold out of the ground, and particularly in places like Colorado, Nevada, Arizona, California, state of Washington, Utah. And I would expect that if that will be passed, they would bring mining to a total halt on public lands in the United States. And it would be disastrous for the country. I mean, anything they can do to bring the United States to its knees, they're doing. Again, those of you who have listened know that this is all planned this way. This is the way they want this. They want us to go down. They want to implement world government, and that's why they're doing it. So get a hold of your congressman right away and tell them you don't want them to do that. In fact, I was on the phone today with 3 mining companies, big companies, and asking them to put out a statement regarding their position. And it's got to be stopped. It's absolutely insane. The flip side of that is if they shut down mining in the United States, gold and silver stocks that are not mining in the United States and gold and silver coins and bullion will go ballistic. And the reason why is there is not enough silver or gold produced every year to meet demand, whether it's commercial or otherwise. And the shortfalls are very large. And so if there was no gold or silver produced in the United States because of new laws, the price of gold and silver would go crazy. So, you know, what are these people thinking about? I don't know. But you've got to stop them, and thank you for the call.
A gunnery sergeant in Havelock, North Carolina, chimes in. He says, Mr. Chapman, I'm able to walk the National Forest here in North Carolina and hunt for what is referred to as ground gold. And what this is, are you saying, or if you know about this bill, does this mean that I will not be able to go out and look for ground gold on National Forest land that I've been doing off and on for the last 10 years?
I don't know. I haven't read the bill, but I will say this. There's a good chance of that. And you'll have to get a hold of the bill. And I put something out in the gold section in the International Forecaster about the number of the bill and generally what it's about, but I don't know the details. And I did that so that people who have gold and silver related assets could go to their congressman. And if you want, all you have to do is request a copy of the International Forecaster, or you can Google that HR bill, which is, I forget the number, is 166.
HR 699. HR 699.
You can Google that, or just pick up the phone and call your congressman's office in your home state and say HR 699 or whatever it is. I don't want that passed. Make it as simple as that. They don't want to know the reason why. They just want to know that you have an opinion on it, and get all your friends to do it. And this is what you should be doing by, with gun legislation as well, and any other legislation you don't like.
Felix in Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, comes in with the question that the diamond mines here in Arkansas are owned by the state. Would that put if all mining is to stop, that would put a hurt locker on the visitation and the tourist industry to Arkansas. I cannot see the government of the state of Arkansas allowing such a thing, but we do not have representation in Washington, D.C. as a state anymore. Is that true?
Well, I don't know, and I don't know how this will affect Arkansas, but I do know it's pretty simple for you to call your congressman's office and say, hey, how about that? Is this going to affect us here? And they'll probably say, well, we don't know. They probably don't even know about the bill. And you say, well, you go and find out, and I'm going to call you back in a couple of hours. You call Washington, find out what these people are doing. I mean, that's what you're supposed to be there for.
I have a question from Larissa. She says that she's heard you on Alex Jones's show a couple of times. Have you had an opportunity to watch his new video on the Obama deception?
No, I have not seen it, and I will be on with Alex tomorrow at noon Central Time. And I'm on every Friday on there. I'm on every Friday with him, and occasionally... In fact, he wanted me to go on today. He wanted me to go on today, but I had to refuse him because I have other programs that were scheduled, like yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alex wants he wants to hog the whole show.
Well, he's doing a good job, and thank goodness he's there. And I wish there were 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 more like him, and you as well.
I understand. I have no idea what that noise was that came up there, and I apologize, Mr. Chapman. That it came out of the blue from somewhere.
What was it? What did it sound like?
That's what happens when you do live radio, ladies and gentlemen. Especially in the mediums that we're running, it's an everyday occurrence of something happening here and there. Let's see. Do I have any more IMs? Yeah, just a second, Mr. Chapman. I got an IM. Mr. Chapman, are the wealthy in America behind the scenes are people that are really unknown? They just keep their name out of the limelight. Are they the ones really controlling what's going on behind the scenes?
Could you repeat that, please?
Are the wealthy, super rich in the United States and around the world really controlling what's going on, and they're trying to keep themselves out of the limelight, but they control from behind the scenes?
Oh, absolutely. Although I must say, in the last 5 to 10 years, they've really come much more in the open than ever before, especially the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission, letting people know really what they're doing. And they don't seem to care anymore